Well, hello and welcome to Outdoor Oklahoma. I'm Todd Craighead. By the time you see this, our brand new shooting range here at Atoka Wildlife Management Area will be open. Now, crews are putting the final touches on it today as we speak. It makes only our third range so far in the entire southeast region, so we expect it to be a pretty popular facility. Along with both pistol and rifle ranges, the facility also has an elevated archery tower to shoot from and a shotgun trap range. It's an exciting era here at the Wildlife Department as we are aggressively investing in dozens of facilities like this all across the state. And to use any of our ranges, all you need is a hunting license. A Wildlife Department that understands the value of safe, modern, and convenient facilities for every type of recreational shooter. Just another reason to love Oklahoma and the adventures that await you.
Wintertime striper fishing can be very good on Lake Texoma, very productive, and it really is the time of the year when you're more likely to catch some of the bigger stripers that we have here. What we're doing right now is we're looking for birds. Seagulls actively feeding this time of year are a pretty good indication that there's a school of striper. They're kind of like the bird dogs, you know, for in a hunting situation. You can use those to help you locate where these schools of actively feeding fish are. So as you travel around, always have your eyes out. You know, having a pair of binoculars is always a great idea to help you locate the fish. Oftentimes we'll use the birds. So with this dead sticking technique, you're just going to drop the bait down and pretty much just hold the rod. The slow drift of the boat's all the motion that you're going to need. Just be ready to set the hook when the fish hits.
I may have needed the bigger net on that one.
Yeah.
It's a good fish. Oh, great fish. Nice solid fish. Get a hook right on the top of the mouth.
Yeah, that's the great thing about this type of fishing, this artificial bait. Typically going to hook these fish right in the lip. This cool water, the fish aren't stressed. It's good conditions for catch and release fishing.
What do you think that one weighs?
Yeah, I'd say that was probably 7-8 pounds.
I agree with you.
Nice fat fish. Healthy this time of year.
I really like fishing the wintertime for a number of reasons. One is the lake is really not crowded. Your recreational boaters have left until the water warms up. A lot of your other anglers are in the deer woods or doing other things, and so you really have a lot of the lake to yourself. It's also a great time of year to catch a big fish. The fish are feeding very aggressively at this time. They're efficient with the food that they eat, and they're just putting a lot of weight on. So it's a good time to come out and catch maybe your personal best fish. This technique just works real good in cold water. The fish are feeding on slow moving baits, and you drop this right in front of them and hold it still, and they'll just come up behind it and pick it up. The bite is oftentimes real subtle, so you have to be paying attention. A lot of times I don't even like to have a rod in the holder. Well, there it goes, it worked that time.
Yeah, fish on.
Sometimes you'll miss a lot of fish because the bite is pretty it's not a real aggressive bite, and you'll miss some bites. But
You might just crank that one up. I didn't even have it down all the way. Man, these fish are strong in the wintertime. These stripers love this cold water.
Another nice fish. Yep. The big difference in wintertime fishing is people have to realize that their presentation and even their lure selection is going to be different from the warmer months. Striper fishing in the warmer months, everybody's used to, aggressively reeling and casting some kind of a jigging spoon or throwing a top water, which is always very exciting to do. But these aren't techniques that work very well in the wintertime. And you need to slow down, the water's cold, and to match more of the attitude of the striper.
You're going to use a soft plastic bait, generally referred to as a fluke, on a large jig head, 1 ounce to 2 ounce jig head. You drop that down and you're fishing basically motionless. The boat will drift, and that's going to put the motion into the bait. So once you find schools of fish, you can drop that down, hold on, and just wait for the bite.
If you want to be at the level the fish are that you're marking or slightly above, the stripers like to feed up, and so you want to make sure that your bait isn't down below them. It's a nice fish. Hooked right on the top of the mouth again. Have to invest in a bigger net next time. It's the bait we're fishing today. There's a striper. I'm gonna go ahead and get him in the water. This bait we're using today is just about a 2 ounce weight. You might go all the way down to 1 ounce if the wind isn't very strong. We like to use a fluke, different colors. Doesn't seem to matter a whole lot some days. I think I got that one maybe a little more solid.
Oh yeah, there he goes.
Good fish?
Stripping some drag, yep.
I'll get this pull out of your way. Well, you got it.
There he is. Nice striper.
Pretty fish.
Oh, sorry. You got one on?
Yeah.
All right, let's be getting into them. You mean photos?
Yeah.
Got it. Where was yours? On the bottom or?
This one's right off the bottom.
Right off the bottom?
About a crank or two right off the bottom. When a big school comes by and you got multiple rods going down at the same time, it's sure a lot of fun. Keeps you busy. Pretty Texoma striper right there.
Oh, they're healthy this time of year too.
They are. They're at their best condition at this time of year.
You know, this dead sticking technique, it's kind of hard to gain confidence. You know, it's the thing that you never do, you know, when you're fishing with at least artificial lures anyway. You just hold the rod, you know, and the boat drifting puts all the action that you need in the bait. It's kind of hard to figure out why these fish are hitting these baits. They seem like they're just sitting there, but it works. And it's one of those things that it just takes a little bit of time to gain a little bit of confidence in it. But right on cue, these fish are aggressive enough, they'll hit it. It's a great way to catch big stripers on Texoma in the wintertime. You don't have to go through the hassle of going out and throwing a cast net and trying to get live bait, live shad, which is always a great option. It's always a reliable way to catch fish. But this technique is just a lot easier on what you have to have in your tackle box and the investment you've got to make in time spent catching bait. You can just get out and catch big fish.
Like that.
Like that one. What we've got today is a nice light northern breeze. We've got overcast skies, which is really good conditions for fishing activity throughout the day.
Sometimes catching fish is just being at the right place at the right time or lucking into them. But if anglers can kind of understand a little bit about the seasonal distribution of stripers in the lake, they can increase their chances of encountering them. A lot of times in the cold winter months, the fish have moved up into the upper halves of both of the river arms here in Texoma. So an angler can kind of reduce the size of the lake that they're out trying to find these stripers in by focusing on the upper half of each river arm. From that point, they can go out and try to find some birds working, and then slow down and start using the electronics to find them. But especially this time of year, focus more on the upper ends of the lake.
I think this one's quite as big as some of those other ones we were catching. Sometimes they get bigger as they come to the top. Oh yeah, thank you. Solid fish, hooked right in the top of the mouth again.
You got another good one?
Yep. I got color, as the tuna guys would say. Oh yeah.
Oh, beautiful fish. There's a good one right there.
Yeah.
Nice fish. I'm thinking 11.
You already weighed him, huh?
No.
11 pounds, 6 ounces.
Good fish. Beautiful fish. It's a great time of year to come. Dress appropriately. Pick the days that are good fishing days, where the wind's not blowing too hard, where it's the temperatures within your tolerance range. Dress in layers so you can change as the temperatures change with how much clothes you have on. And if you can brave the cold elements of the Texoma winter, you could really be onto a great trip.
Tracker jack.
Right now we're taking rainbow trout, trying to see the movement in the lower mountain fork. So we want to see how far they're moving in the stream so we have a better understanding how our stockings are working throughout the park here. Do we need to stock more in some areas or do we need to stock less?
Yeah, it's getting quick.
We've been stocking trout here for about 30 years and we want to get a better understanding of how the trout are moving within the stream. Right now we're piercing them on the top dorsal and then we're twist tying it so it stays secure and it can stay on the fish.
40-60.
37. trout are known to jump about 7 to 8 feet over barriers, and they can swim up to 25 miles per hour in about 3 seconds. So these fish are able to do it. We want to see if they can do it. So that's why we're using these pink Floyd tags here to report the fish once they're caught. If you catch a trout with a pink tag or a green tag, please call the number that's listed on the fish, or there's signs throughout the whole park. I need the time the fish was caught, the tag number, and what locations. And you can use the signs throughout the park. At the bottom it has a sign number correlating that, or you can give me GPS points to have a better understanding where you caught that fish. As much detail as you can. There's a QR code, or you can call my phone numbers that's listed, or give me a text. That's greatly appreciated, and everything you report to me helps get a better understanding of the fisheries here in Oklahoma.
Hey Dee, what load are you shooting for these swamp rabbits today?
Well, I'm shooting this little 20. I'm gonna shoot about 70 grains, and I'm gonna shoot number 5 shot.
What do you reckon I ought to shoot in this 10?
Oh, probably about the same, I'd think.
70?
Yeah, about 70. They're gonna be a little harder to kill. Of course, you could load that one up. This little trade gun is light, and boy, it kicks bad. So I really don't want to shoot more than about 70 in it.
Well, now I've got number 8 shot. Is that too small?
Oh, that's a little light. I've got a little bit more 5s over there if you want some of those. These swamp rabbits are getting kind of hard to find.
Are they? Well, I tell you what, this is good country for it, and it's swampy.
Hope you brought some extra socks, because you're going to get your feet wet.
Sure enough, I did. I did.
This ought to be a lot of fun. We may not kill any, but we'll have fun anyway.
Oh yeah, that's what it's all about.
You shooting 2F?
Yes, sir. You?
Yeah. You're supposed to shoot 2F in your shotguns, but these flintlocks, I really prefer shooting 3F. But,
is that right?
It kicks a little harder too, and since I'm so shy here about getting kicked so bad, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot double F.
Yeah, you're getting old, I understand that.
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes.
Number 8 shot for swamps, huh?
Yeah, and you can't never tell. Maybe quail or
Well,
whatever.
I got number 5s in a pre-measured deal and one of my little cane deals.
Oh,
you need to
okay.
borrow some?
Well, no, I don't believe I do. I think I'll make these 8s do. Thought about trying 5s, but I think I'll make these 8s do.
Okay.
Pre-measured, huh? You didn't forget your measure, did you?
No, no.
Okay, just checking. Well,
No.
man to get loaded, we might could go hunting, you know.
Well, like you said, when you get old, you get slow.
Well, sound to me like it's down. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's get them.
Let's go.
This old 69 caliber Charlottesville will get them.
Well, let's do it.
Boy, Dave, this sure good looking area you found here.
Well, this belongs to a buddy of mine. Gave us permission to come in here. Last weekend when we were in here, we saw a couple.
Good.
They were mostly leaving their droppings on, seemed like they liked sitting on logs or something, or at the base of a tree in a dry spot.
Well,
we kicked out 2. We saw one sitting, and then we kicked one out running.
Do they like cover as much as cottontail?
Well, this is pretty brushy up in here. There's a lot of briars, a lot of cane brakes. It's pretty thick one up in here. A lot of water up in here as well.
hey, D,
Yeah.
Is this what we're looking for, droppings here, this kind?
What do you got, droppings?
Yep. Looks like here on this log.
Yeah, that's it. Pretty old.
Don't look too fresh.
Some all the way down through there. I don't know why they like to get up on top of a log like that. Kind of strange.
Well, maybe get out of this wet. I don't know either. Say, which way? What do you think we ought to do here? Which way? How do you want to hunt these? You want to split up or?
Well, I don't think we need to scatter out too much, but yeah, we just kind of scatter out and kind of ease down through there and see what happens. This is just about the same kind of day as it was last weekend when we were here.
What was they doing then? Did you see them setting or running?
Well, like I say, we kicked one out running and saw one sitting. Now, we didn't spend a whole lot of time up in here. Just kind of checking it out. And they were, one of them was quite a ways from the swamp. It was up in this bottom up in here in the timber. But the other one was pretty close to the swamp, just right on the edge of it. And that was the one I saw sitting. Okay, guys, this is starting to look good again.
It sure is. Picking up a few more briars and stuff in there. A little more cover.
Well, here's a hole right here anyway.
What do you think about that corner down there?
Yeah, let's go down there. And right there's where we first went in the other day, and we saw one not long after we went in.
Yeah. Well, they may be called swamp rabbits, but I don't believe they're in here.
It's a little damp out here, isn't it?
Yeah, more like you.
Well, that's probably the wisest thing to do. Take a week for my boots to dry out. We can find a rabbit or two.
Yeah. This is another one of your hot spots, huh?
We'll see. Well, I'll cut in right down here a little ways.
Well, it's sure been a pretty day anyway, hasn't it, D?
Yeah, it sure has. There goes one right down through there.
Well, wonder if he missed him too.
He did, I think.
We hope today's stories remind you that Oklahoma is a perfect place to explore. So no matter how you choose to enjoy our state's incredible natural world, remember, your adventure starts with Outdoor Oklahoma. Did you see all the deer tracks all over out there? Yeah. Outdoor Oklahoma is produced by the Oklahoma Department of Wildlife Conservation and is proud to serve and be funded entirely by sportsmen and women and outdoor enthusiasts who love and appreciate all things wild in the great state of Oklahoma.
When I began hunting, I literally started with nothing. I never wore camo in my life. It brought out kind of my personality that I feel like all along had really been hidden. Is something for my daughter to look up to. It's me showing her that there are things that boys do that you can do too. We have a lot more time in the deer blind to talk than we do in normal life. We can just be open with each other and it doesn't have to be stressful. It really connects you to what you're eating. They help me prepare anything that I harvest and I bring it home. It's not something to take lightly, it's a gift. It's important to appreciate our wildlife. Every time I buy my license, my dollars go towards wildlife conservation and sustaining it for the future generations.